they're moving to Qingyang City. Jiangchuan town is too small. Ling Peng is still cautious. Lin Yan, we should take things slow. We should wait until we have a martial grandmaster before moving to Qingyang City. They chat until late, and the next day arrives. Lin Yan is still fast asleep. He must have drunk a lot last night. Qian Qianxue comes and wakes up Lin Yan. She says, you get so excited about a small achievement. How embarrassing. Summon the Life-Death Coffin. She pulls Lin Yan into the Life-Death Coffin. This is a space within the Life-Death Coffin. To accelerate Lin Yan's training, Qian Qianxue suppresses her cultivation to a 1-star martial lord and trains Lin Yan in combat. Lin Yan tries to run out after his first battle in the Life-Death Coffin, but Qian Qianxue grabs him and throws him back in. 3 hours later, his first battle training finally ends. Qian Qianxue treats Lin Yan like a chick, and throws him on the bed. Then she tells him to cultivate the Azure Dragon creation. 1 month later, after hellish training, Lin Yan has finally advanced to a 4-star martial lord. The mines in Jiangchuan town now belong to the Ling family. They make spirit gems each month. Lin Yan takes Shuer to Qingyang City again to exchange their spirit stones. Shuer is curious about everything. Lin Yan lets her go and explore. He goes to exchange his spirit stones himself. Using Zhou's VIP card, he doesn't have to wait in line to enter the spiritual artifact shop. He bumps into Lu Xian. He goes with Lu Xian to the room from that day. He takes out martial warrior pills to sell. Lu Xian sees that they are all top-quality martial warrior pills. She is shocked. Did your master refine these again? Lin Yan replies. Lu Xian says that she will sell them for spirit gems each like last time. But Lu Xian tells Lin Yan that his pills sold for spirit gems at auction. She said it was a sudden auction without any marketing. If they did marketing, they would sell for at least spirit gems. The next auction is in 2 days. You can't wait 2 days, can you? Lin Yan thinks that 2 days for 9 pills is an extra spirit gems. It's worth it. He agrees to join the auction in 2 days. The next day, Lin Yan tells Shuer to tell Ling Peng that he will be staying in Qingyang City for 2 days. He then goes to the Alchemist Guild alone. He is stopped at the entrance because he doesn't have any identification. Lu Xian, who is in the Alchemist Guild, sees him. She walks out and says that Lin Yan is her friend and that he can enter and exit at any time. Lu Xian takes Lin Yan into the Alchemist Guild. Lin Yan tells her the reason why he came, that he had heard they have spiritual fire there. He wants to take a look. Lu Xian realizes Lin Yan doesn't have spiritual fire yet and says that she will take him to see some. She says she will gift one to Lin Yan. They arrive at the spiritual fire room. They open the door. A wave of heat rushes towards them. They see the spiritual fires that alchemists use. These are the most common grade fires. The heat is so intense that Lin Yan has to activate his spiritual energy to protect himself. He follows Lu Xian into the spiritual fire room. He sees an old man standing in front of the spiritual fires. The old man's name is Chang Sanjiang. He is in charge of the spiritual fire. He says to Lin Yan after a brief introduction, you can choose any of the spiritual fires in the 3 levels. The first level is the weakest, and the third is the strongest. Let's see which one you can tame. Lin Yan, of course, wants the best from the 3rd level. Lu Xian tells Lin Yan that there are fires in the 3rd level that are about the same. She tells him to just pick one. Qian Qianxue tells Lin Yan that the one on the far right is the best. Then she tells him to use his soul power to take it. Lin Yan unleashes his soul power. He grabs the spiritual fire. The fire is instantly tamed. Chang Sanjiang senses that Lin Yan is no ordinary person. He thinks Lin Yan will have a bright future in 10 days. It doesn't take long for Lin Yan to tame the fire. Lin Yan, worried about Lu Xian, leaves. After walking a short distance, he hears a voice shout, "Boy, stop. What's your relationship with Sister Lu Xian? Why are you with her?" Lin Yan doesn't want to answer. The man tries to attack Lin Yan. He throws a punch at Lin Yan. Lin Yan catches the punch with one hand. He twists the hand. The bones make a crackling sound. Then, he tosses the man to the side and says, "I won't bother with you this time. But if there is a next time, it won't be this easy." He turns and leaves the Alchemist Guild. Back in his room, he asks Qian Qianxue to teach him alchemy. Qian Qianxue starts with the most basic, level 1 pill, spirit condensing pill. Qian Qianxue starts her demonstration. She summons her spiritual fire. The fire is a coal ice flame. It makes Lin Yan feel cold. He asks Qian Qianxue, "What spiritual fire is that?" Qian Qianxue says, "This is a spiritual fire on the spiritual fire ranking. It's called Frost Moon Ice Flame." How powerful is this woman observing from the shadows? The spiritual fire is a fire from the spirit fire ranking. He succeeds on his first alchemy attempt and tries. As Lin Yan tames the fire, Qian Qianxue shows him how to refine pills. She explains the key is in the refinement of the herbs. She refines the herbs in one smooth motion, making the pill fly from the cauldron. The process looks easy, but it's not easy to master. She tells Lin Yan to practice now. Just as expected, his first try fails. The herbs are burnt. The herbs are burnt to ash. Lin Yan is sad. The herbs are so expensive, they are wasted. Finally, on the third day, Lin Yan successfully refines a pill. Qian Qianxue praises, not bad. You only failed times. I thought you would fail times. Time flies by. It's the day of the auction. Everyone is lining up at the entrance. Lin Yan and Shuer use their VIP card and enter through the members' entrance. This auction is very lively. Lin Yan sees the young master of the Lin Yan clan, Cheng Xian. He also sees the third elder of the Jin Yuan gang, Duolan. The doors close. The auction starts. Lu Xian walks out to the cheers of the crowd. Lin Yan is shocked. It's her. Shuer is unhappy. She pinches Lin Yan's waist. Her eyes are almost popping out. Lin Yan explains that he was surprised because he knew her. The auction is proceeding. The third auction item, a level martial art, starts. Lin Yan also joins in the bidding, but the third elder of the Jin Yuan gang increases the price too. He wants Lin Yan to spend more money. Qian Qianxue tells Lin Yan and Shuer not to bid anymore. Lin Yan decides not to bid. He made the third elder of the Jin Yuan gang spend money. The next item is Lin Yan's martial warrior pills. Lu Xian introduces the product. The pills are from the same alchemist, and they are top quality. The auction will be split into 3 groups, 3 pills each. The starting price is spirit gems, and the minimum increase is. The price quickly reaches. Lu Xian continues to promote, according to my sources, the person who refined these martial warrior pills might not refine anymore in the future. So, this could be the last batch. The 3 groups of pills are auctioned off for a total of 1,000,000 spirit gems. Lin Yan thinks that if he uses them all on his dragon blood training, he can probably succeed. Lu Xian takes out the last auction item, a second-grade enchantment scroll. The starting price is, and the minimum increase is. Lin Yan sees the enchantment scroll. This is exactly what he wants. He gets excited. He asks Qian Qianxue what the price range is. Qian Qianxue says, a good second-grade enchantment scroll is worth at least. Lin Yan can afford the price. He has 1,000,000 spirit gems from the sale of his pills. The bidding starts. The young master of the Lin Yan clan, Cheng Xian, starts bidding. He wants the scroll. The third elder of the Jin Yuan gang also wants to try, but he was already taken advantage of by Lin Yan and lost spirit gems. He says, young master Cheng is a hero. Since you want it so badly, I will not bid. Cheng Xian is pleased. Suddenly, Lin Yan bids. Everyone is shocked. Where did this kid come from? Cheng Xian bids. Lin Yan ignores him and bids. Cheng Xian is furious and is about to attack, but his subordinates stop him. They say, you can't fight here, young master. Someone says there is still someone who can offer a higher price. Then, there is a crash. Shuer is terrified. Lin Yan pats Shuer's head. Don't worry. Come with me to the back to pay and get our prize. They arrive at the back. Lu Xian has been waiting for a long time. Lin Yan introduces his sister, Ling Xue. Lu Xian praises Shuer's beauty. She then says to Lin Yan, your pills sold 4 spirit gems. Before she can finish, Shuer is surprised. When did you have pills to auction, brother? Lu Xian quickly covers Shuer's mouth and whispers that she doesn't know about the pills. Lin Yan calmly says, it's okay. I will slowly tell her later. Lu Xian says, this is the second-grade enchantment scroll. After deducting the scroll price, you have spirit gems left. They exchange some pleasantries. Lu Xian reminds Lin Yan to be careful of Cheng Xian of the Lin Yan clan and the third elder of the Jin Yuan gang. Lin Yan thinks for a while and decides to ask Lu Xian to send people back to Jiangchuan town. The scene changes. Lin Yan returns to his residence. As Lu Xian said, they sent people to follow him, but they were all from the Lin Yan clan. He doesn't know what the Jin Yuan gang is up to. Lin Yan can't control much. He can only stall them here to let Shuer safely return home. He starts to look at the enchantment scroll. He doesn't know anything about enchantment. How can he understand it? Qian Qianxue explains, but Lin Yan finds it difficult. Qian Qianxue says, that's why I told you to practice. Do you think enchantment is that easy? Lin Yan says, alright, he'll practice. One day of practicing makes him feel tired. Lin Yan fails times. He can only complete 1/3 of the enchantment. Lin Yan sees that it's late at night. He puts down the enchantment scroll and leaves. As expected, many people are following him. Cheng Xian ambushes him outside of the city. After some bloating, he signals his people to attack. His lackeys are not a match. They don't know what Lin Yan does, and they immediately fall to the ground. Then, Chang Xian confronts Lin Yan. Chang Xian is shocked. He doesn't know what happened. How is he so fast? Lin Yan suddenly appears in front of him. Being fast isn't really a compliment. But I'll forgive you today. Being fast isn't really a compliment, but for someone about to die, I can forgive anything. Lin Yan uses Thunder Fist and knocks Chang Xian to the ground. Chang Xian is shocked. How is a 4-star martial lord stronger than me? Lin Yan uses another heaven-shattering palm, not giving him a chance to breathe. Chang Xian activates his defense soul weapon. Lin Yan continues to attack. He clashes with Chang Xian's sky-slaughtering martial arts. Lin Yan unleashes his level 5-star moonfall, wanting to end it with one move. Chang Xian quickly switches to a jade-like soul weapon, determined to block it. But Lin Yan's moves are too fast. The star moonfall easily shatters the defense soul weapon. There's a sound like shattering glass. Chang Xian is sent flying into a tree. Lin Yan walks up to Chang Xian. Now you know what I mean by coming here to die, right? Chang Xian is bleeding, barely able to speak. You're too cocky. Even if you kill me, the Ling family won't escape. The third elder of the Jin Yuan gang has already gone. Lin Yan is shocked. He didn't expect this. He kills Chang Xian with a swift move. He says to Qian Qianxue, help me get home as fast as possible. Qian Qianxue says with a hint of emotion, so, your family is your everything. This is the first time I see you act like this. She says to Lin Yan, give me control of your body. She possesses Lin Yan's body, boosting his strength to the 5-star martial lord level. Then, she hurries back to Jiangchuan town. They travel with great speed, Qian Qianxue carrying Lin Yan. They finally reach Jiangchuan town by the next morning. Jiangchuan town is peaceful, like usual. Qian Qianxue is faster than the Jin Yuan gang's third elder. While they are not there yet, Lin Yan quickly returns home to make preparations. At home, Ling Peng is surprised. Why are you back so soon? Shuer said you would be gone for a while. Lin Yan gives Ling Peng spirit gems that he exchanged this time. Ling Peng is shocked at the large amount. Lin Yan tries to hide the fact that he sold the pills and makes up a lie. But he's bad at lying. Ling Peng sees through his lie immediately. Lin Yan tells Ling Peng his stories of getting help from Zhou. Ling Peng's jaw drops again. Lin Yan returns to his room and talks with Qian Qianxue and Shuer. At this moment, a servant shouts that the Jin Yuan gang is here. Outside, the Jin Yuan gang's third elder and his men are confronting Ling Peng. Lin Yan walks out the door. The third elder is surprised to see him. Although he manages to keep his cool, he's still shocked. How is Lin Yan here? Lin Yan says, this is my home. Isn't it natural for me to be here? Or are you surprised that Chang Xian failed to kill me? The third elder's face turns pale. Lin Yan continues, too bad, he's already dead. He failed his mission. Upon hearing this, the third elder's jaw drops. How can you kill Chang Xian? Lin Yan doesn't wait for his reaction and immediately attacks. I'll let you see for yourself. Today you'll die here too. Lin Yan quickly returned after killing Chang Xian. He had to quickly get back to Jiangchuan to prepare for the Jin Yuan gang. The third elder of the Jin Yuan gang is shouting outside. Lin Yan walks out. The third elder attacks with a distance attack. Lin Yan releases his star moon steps to show his cultivation. The attacks clash. There's a loud explosion. No one is hurt. The third elder is shocked. How can this kid be so strong? Lin Yan takes a step back. He unleashes a fist attack with his martial art technique. The third elder defends. He uses his golden sand shield. Another skill exchange. The Ling family's servants are all shocked. Is the young master that strong? Seeing that he has no advantage, the third elder decides to withdraw for now. He turns to leave, saying, kid, you got lucky this time, but I won't let this go. Lin Yan doesn't want him to leave. He says, since you are here, don't think about leaving. The third elder thought that Lin Yan was not powerful enough to stop him. The spiritual artifact that Qian Qianxue made for Lin Yan flies out of the ground. It instantly pierces through the third elder's chest. He dies on the spot. His lackeys all run for their lives. Ling Peng orders that none should be spared. They are all killed. After resolving the issue, Ling Peng stares at his son. Lin Yan's strength has already surpassed mine. He pats Lin Yan's shoulder. It seems that it's time to pass the head of the family to you. Lin Yan is surprised. He says, Father, you should still be the head of the family. I only like to train and don't care about anything else. So, don't give me the responsibility. Ling Peng says, you're such a handful. That night, Lu Xian and Zhou from White Treasure Pavilion come to visit. Lin Yan is in his room, thinking about the rewards he received. He absorbed the third elder's soul, got spirit gems and a level martial art. But his current concern is the value of the level enchantment scroll. Shuer knocks on his door and takes him to the main hall. Lu Xian and Zhou are waiting there. After a brief greeting, Lu Xian tells Lin Yan that the Ling family should move to Qingyang City immediately. After sending Shuer back, she paid close attention to the Lin Yan clan and Jin Yuan gang. She says, they must have discovered that Cheng Xian and the third elder's soul plates are broken. Lin Yan interrupts, what's a soul plate? In general, the important members of a large clan are given a soul plate. The soul plate seals a bit of the person's spirit. Once the person dies, the soul plate breaks, alerting everyone. So, the Lin Yan clan and the Jin Yuan gang have already found out that Cheng Xian and the third elder died. Lu Xian continues, those two families are very powerful. It's best if the Ling family moves to Qingyang City as soon as possible. Once you get to Qingyang City, you can ally with the spiritual artifact shop. That way, the Lin Yan clan and the Jin Yuan gang will have to think twice. Lin Yan is shocked, the spiritual artifact shop is willing to ally with my Ling family. The spiritual artifact shop is one of the 6 powers in Qingyang City. If the Ling family can ally with them, they will become a considerable power. Without much hesitation, Lin Yan thanks Lu Xian. Thank you for thinking so highly of my Ling family. Since this is the case, the Ling family will take this opportunity to move to Qingyang City. Lu Xian smiles. The Ling family immediately packs and prepares to move that night. But Lin Yan tells Lu Xian that he has something to do and will leave later. He says goodbye. Lin Yan has completely offended the Lin Yan clan and the Jin Yuan gang. Thankfully, Lu Xian came to advise them to move to Qingyang City and ally with the spiritual artifact shop. Therefore, the Ling family moves overnight. Lin Yan, however, says he has something to do. The next day, the Lin Yan clan and the Jin Yuan gang send people to kill the Ling family, but the house is empty. Lin Yan is now going to win over Elder Zhang, the judge from the previous auction. He is a 1-star martial grandmaster. Lin Yan is about to leave Jiangchuan town. This is his last chance. The scene changes. Lin Yan is at Elder Zhang's door. Lin Yan politely says, Elder Zhang, it is Lin Yan here to request for your assistance. If I have disturbed you, please forgive me. Elder Zhang opens the door, what do you need? Lin Yan doesn't beat around the bush. He says that he needs Elder Zhang's help. His payment will be to heal Elder Zhang's injuries. Elder Zhang is surprised. Although this kid is talented, many alchemists have not been able to cure his injury. How can Lin Yan be able to do it? Lin Yan hands Elder Zhang a pill. Try this pill first. If it works, we can talk about cooperation, but by that time, I will probably be in Qingyang City. If you are willing, you can find me in Qingyang City. Elder Zhang takes the pill. Lin Yan turns and leaves. A short time later, Lin Yan walks the streets of Qingyang City. Everyone is talking about the Ling family from Jiangchuan town and their alliance with the spiritual artifact shop. Lin Yan lowers his head. It seems that Lu Xian has taken care of everything. The news has already spread. He goes to the Ling family's new home. He sees the spiritual artifact shop's owner, Huang Yunjin, with Lu Xian and Ling Peng. Lin Yan bows to Huang Yunjin. He thinks to himself that Huang Yunjin will be his future backer. After some pleasantries, there's a shout from the door. Just as the Ling family is settling down, trouble comes to their door. The Jin Yuan gang and Lin Yan clan are at the door. Lin Yan goes to investigate. The Lin Yan clan's head, Chang, and the Jin Yuan gang's head, Jin, are outside. Without saying anything, Chang attacks Lin Yan. He wants to avenge his son. The Lin Yan clan's head, Chang, has the strength of a 1-star martial grandmaster. Lin Yan knows he is not a match. He can't fight Hedon. Huang Yunjin from the spiritual artifact shop appears in front of Lin Yan. He blocks the attack. Chang seems to be no match for Huang Yunjin. He stops and asks Huang Yunjin, this is between us and the Ling family. Why are you interfering? Huang Yunjin officially announces, the spiritual artifact shop has formed an alliance with the Ling family. If the Ling family has any problem, we will not stand idly by. Jin of the Jin Yuan gang threatens Huang Yunjin. Is the spiritual artifact shop trying to go against the Jin Yuan gang and the Lin Yan clan? Huang Yunjin seems soft but is still firm. He replies, if you want to try to attack us, then try. I want to see how much stronger you two have gotten over these years. Chang and Jin decide to team up. One will fight Huang Yunjin, while the other will capture Lin Yan. As Lin Yan is about to act, Lu Xian comes to his defense. It seems the spiritual artifact shop is really giving him their all. She tells Lin Yan that he doesn't need to lift a finger. Lu Xian unleashes a powerful attack and blocks all their attacks. At this time, in the city lord's mansion, the city lord, Su Tian, and her daughter, Su Han, are observing everything. Su Han asks her father, what's the background of the Ling family? Why is the spiritual artifact shop fighting on their side? Even Lu Xian is helping them. Su Tian says, the Ling family itself is not anything special, but that Lin Yan's mentor is very powerful. The spiritual artifact shop and Lu Xian are helping him because of his mentor. Su Han doesn't believe that Lin Yan's mentor is that strong. Su Tian sees through her daughter's thoughts. He says, forget about others, but that Lin Yan is a true genius. Su Han looks at her father in shock. This is the first time she has ever heard her father praise someone so highly. She hears that Lin Yan was only a 3-star martial lord a year ago and is now a 4-star martial lord, but his cultivation is too strange. Su Tian doesn't know how he does it, but Su Tian is sure that the Jin Yuan gang and Lin Yan clan will be destroyed by Lin Yan. Su Tian says he's going back inside. Su Han thought that he meant they will be destroyed today. She says, why don't you watch? Su Tian laughs and says, I wasn't talking about today. There are 2 experts from the spiritual artifact shop helping them. Lin Yan will not get a chance to do anything. There'll be plenty of drama later. Outside, Chang and Jean are fighting against Huang Yunjin and Lu Xian. Although their cultivation is not as high, their strong soul power and spiritual artifacts allow them to keep up with the two. Lin Yan is watching from the side. He thinks, it seems that to fight against 1-star martial grandmasters, I don't need to break through to martial grandmaster. Having 8 or 9-star martial lord cultivation should be enough. After a few rounds, both sides are still even. If Cheng and Jean want to take Lin Yan away by force, they would have to fight to the death. So, the two leave after making a threat. Huang Yunjin reminds Lin Yan, those two are very vindictive. They will not let this go. You need to be careful. If not necessary, try not to leave Qingyang City. Lin Yan is grateful. Thank you for your advice. I will be careful. Cheng and Jean are plotting how to get rid of Lin Yan. Now that the spiritual artifact shop and Lu Xian are protecting Lin Yan, it's too difficult to take him down hidden. They can only send some spies to watch Lin Yan. They'll find a chance to take him when he leaves Qingyang City. Over the next month, Lin Yan stays home to cultivate. He finally breaks through to 5-star martial lord in one morning. He once again attempts to create a level 2 enchantment. He can finally successfully create one. The enchantment, a light bird, flies out with a powerful aura. With this enchantment as his trump card, Lin Yan is confident that he can defeat even an 8-star martial lord. But Qian Qianxue reminds him, don't get too excited yet. You need to train more. Your current enchantment skills are still not that great. Lin Yan says he knows, but at this time, he has something else to do. Lin Yan finds Lu Xian and says that he wants to take the level 1 alchemist exam. He asks if she has time to accompany him to the alchemist guild. Lu Xian is surprised. You can already make pills yourself. I knew I had a good eye for talent. I'll accompany you to the exam. Lu Xian takes Lin Yan to the alchemist guild. They happen to bump into Lu Xian's cousin, Lu Huiyan, who has failed many times in the level 1 alchemist exam. This time, she is confidently saying that she is sure that she will pass. Lu Xian introduces Lin Yan to her cousin, Lu Huiyan. Upon seeing Lin Yan, Lu Huiyan is shocked. You're Lin Yan, the one who killed Cheng Xian and the third elder of the Jin Yuan gang. Lin Yan quickly takes a step back. The conceited Lu Huiyan didn't expect Lin Yan to be so young. She thought he was an old man or some strong veteran. She is not happy. Lin Yan doesn't care. Lu Xian breaks the awkwardness. Since you're both taking the exam, why not join together? Lu Huiyan is more shocked. Seeing that Lin Yan is also taking the level 1 alchemist exam, she challenges him. She bets that if Lin Yan loses, he will become her servant. Lu Xian, the cousin, can't stop her. Lin Yan agrees, but if he wins, he wants spirit gems. Lu Huiyan says she will win. Lu Xian can only let them take the test. They go to their respective alchemy rooms for the exam. Lu Xian reminds them that there are only enough herbs to try once. There is no second chance. Lin Yan sees the herbs on the table. He has to make qi consolidating pills. It's not too difficult for a beginner. On the other hand, Lu Huiyan is very confident that she will win. Lin Yan begins his attempt. In a blink of an eye, Lin Yan successfully refines the qi consolidating pill. He has already concluded that this competition is meaningless. He shows the pill. Qian Qianxue says, not bad. The pill quality is medium. You can now be considered a level 1 alchemist. Lin Yan walks out of the alchemy room. On the other side, Lu Huiyan's heart is a mess. Her cauldron explodes, meaning she loses. The spoiled Lu Huiyan turns and leaves. At this time, Lu Xian brings the level 1 alchemist's robe. Lin Yan takes off his blue robe and puts on the crimson robe. Look! The city lord's daughter is inviting Lin Yan. Just as Lin Yan and Lu Xian exit the alchemist guild, they bump into Su Han, the daughter of the city lord. Su Han greets them first. Lu Xian, long time no see. Lu Xian, seeing Su Han, introduces her to Lin Yan. The two greet each other. Lin Yan is confused. The city lord's daughter is usually high and mighty, but why is she so polite to Lin Yan? It's like they have met before. Without thinking too much, Lin Yan asks if Su-Han is going to the Alchemist Guild. Su-Han replies that she was going to, but not anymore. She points at Lin Yan. I'm here to find him. Lin Yan is confused. What does she want with him? Su-Han continues, I heard that your soul power is very strong, and that you are interested in enchantment. You must have a gift for enchantment. So, I want you to come with me to the Enchanter Guild and help me with a bet. Lin Yan is reluctant. The Ling family has just settled down in Xingyang City. He already drew a lot of attention. He doesn't want to cause any more trouble. At this time, Su-Han offers him a condition. If he helps her, she will give him a level 2 enchantment scroll with a support type enchantment. Lin Yan is tempted. A level 2 support type enchantment scroll can greatly enhance the user's training speed, but he knows it won't be that simple. It will definitely cause more trouble. Lin Yan resists the temptation and rejects Su-Han. Su-Han is shocked. How dare someone reject her, the city lord's daughter? She says, fine, they'll add another level 2 enchantment scroll with an attack type enchantment. It's not inferior to your white bird clear light enchantment. She really is the city lord's daughter. She has investigated everything about Lin Yan and knows that she can reel Lin Yan in. Lin Yan is indeed swayed. He asks, what exactly do you want me to help you with? Su-Han explains, I made a bet with the Enchanter Guild. It's 2 matches. I need someone under years old to help me. That's why I chose you. Lu Xian, who has been silent, suddenly speaks, isn't Deng Sheng the #1 genius among the younger generation of the Enchanter Guild? You want Lin Yan to fight him. Su-Han says, Deng Sheng is for me. Lin Yan is in charge of dealing with Xue Fei. Lu Xian says softly, Xue Fei's strength is only second to Deng Sheng. The spoiled Su-Han challenges Lin Yan, do you want to try? Lin Yan is of course tempted. For the sake of the 2 enchantment scrolls, he will try. He then leaves with Su-Han. On the way, Lin Yan asks Su-Han to describe Xue Fei's strength so he can have a better understanding. Su-Han says, Xue Fei's cultivation is at the 7-star martial lord level. His soul power is close to that of a second-grade alchemist. Most importantly, he can create level 1 enchantments, which is his strongest technique. Update today. If you want to read the next update quickly, please like the video. If you don't get likes, he'll spit blood. Lin Yan is back. Back to the last episode. Su-Han, the daughter of the city lord, invites Lin Yan to help her in a competition. She also promises 2 level 2 enchantment scrolls as payment. In order to get the enchantment scrolls, Lin Yan follows Su-Han to the competition arena. The crowd looks at Su-Han and the mysterious Lin Yan. Some recognize him because he killed the 3rd elder of the Jin Yuan gang in Changxian. Lin Yan follows Su-Han onto the stage. On the opposite side are Deng Sheng and Xue Fei. The competition officially starts. Su-Han says to Lin Yan, he'll deal with Deng Sheng. You deal with Xue Fei. Whoever finishes first will go help the other person. She then adds with a hint of mischief, please try your best. He'll try to get to you quickly. Lin Yan smiles on the surface, but in his heart, he thinks, are you kidding me? The 2 sides begin to fight. Su-Han, an 8-star martial lord, fights against Deng Sheng, a 2nd-grade enchanter. Lin Yan, a 5-star martial lord, fights against Xue Fei, a 7-star martial lord. Seeing Lin Yan's cultivation, the crowd is confused. How did he kill Chang Xian and the 3rd elder of the Jin Yuan gang? He's only a 5-star martial lord. Once Lin Yan and Xue Fei clash, Xue Fei is shocked. How can this kid's body be so strong? They both unleash their attacks. Lin Yan's thunder palm hits Xue Fei's raging sun spear. It is obvious that Xue Fei's weapon is not as good as Lin Yan's. Xue Fei is shocked. He then says, Lin Yan's strength is truly surprising. It seems that I can't hold back anymore. Lin Yan replies politely, you're too kind, Xue Fei. After all, your soul power is the most powerful. He immediately unleashes his soul power. He turns it into a giant fist. It attacks Lin Yan. Lin Yan unleashes his chi condensing palm. His soul power is directly broken through. His body goes numb. The giant fist changes shape, but ultimately fails to break through Lin Yan's defense. Lin Yan thinks, Xue Fei's soul power is not enough, but I still have another trick. He flips his hand, and his spiritual artifact, wind-chasing dagger, flies out. It directly cuts Xue Fei's fist. Xue Fei sees that although Lin Yan has some tricks, he is still confident in his own soul power. He unleashes Soul Phantom Spear. Since it's soul power, Lin Yan also knows a move. He releases Star Moonfall. The 2 soul power martial arts collide. The explosion is deafening. Both sides are hurt. Lin Yan's strength has exceeded Xuefei's expectations. Xuefei says to Lin Yan, "He'll use one more move. If you can still block it, then our competition is a draw." Xuefei's body is surrounded by chilling air. He is about to use an enchantment. He will unleash his strongest enchantment, the Ice Shield formation. Everyone thinks that Lin Yan will lose, but Lin Yan's eyes narrow as he activates his soul power. His White Bird Clear Light enchantment is also completed. Xuefei is shocked. What? He can create a level 2 enchantment, but upon closer inspection, he realizes that Lin Yan's soul power can only create a level 1 enchantment. But his soul power is enough to make a level 1 enchantment stronger. He unleashes his strongest attack from his Ice Shield formation. At the same time, Lin Yan's enchantment also unleashes the Clear Light Bird. There's a loud explosion. Both Lin Yan and Xuefei's enchantments attack each other. In the end, Lin Yan's Clear Light Bird is slightly better. It breaks through Xuefei's defense. It attacks Xuefei himself. Xuefei is sent flying. He crashes into the arena. Lin Yan quickly goes up and asks, "Are you alright?" Xuefei grits his teeth but still smiles. The people watching can't believe it. Xuefei, who used his best move, still lost to Lin Yan. Suhan looks at Lin Yan and smiles. "It seems my father was right. This kid is indeed extraordinary." At this time, Deng Shang, who is looking at Suhan, says, "Suhan, you were always watching their fight. It seems you were not taking me seriously." The city lord's daughter acts as if she knows nothing. At this time, Lin Yan, on purpose, calls out to Suhan, "Do you need any help over there?" Suhan glares at him. She is surrounded by a red light. She chants, "Red flame sand." Deng Shang quickly reacts, "This is a high-level Earth rank martial art. I can't let her break through my defenses." It seems that Suhan wants to end it with one move. Deng Shang unleashes his strongest defense. The air around his body glows. He releases his strongest enchantment. Lin Yan is feeling the pressure of their skills. This is his first time witnessing a battle of this level from such a close distance. Facing Deng Shang's attack, Suhan releases a colorful shield. She blocks all of his attacks and with one move, she knocks him away. Suhan says calmly, "I won." Deng Shang, having lost the bet, hands his winnings to Suhan. At this time, a spirit arrives from the sky. "Today, I witnessed your brilliant fight. It was truly an eye-opener for me." The person speaking is the vice president of the Enchanter Guild, Tan Ling, who is flying over. Lin Yan is shocked at his powerful soul aura. Deng Sheng and Xuefei quickly greet Tan Ling. Tan Ling walks to Suhan. "Suhan, you haven't visited us at the Enchanter Guild for a long time." Suhan says that she has been busy with training lately, so she hasn't been able to visit. Tan Ling smiles and says to Deng Sheng and Xuefei, "Have you learned anything from your defeats today?" Both say that they have. Finally, the guild president's eyes turn to Lin Yan. But instead of scolding him, he praises him. He even invites Lin Yan to join the Enchanter Guild. Suhan is surprised. Tan Ling is actively trying to recruit Lin Yan. The spiritual artifact shop has allied with the Ling family, and Lu Xian is friendly to them at the Alchemist Guild. This guy is too outstanding. How can the city lord's mansion let go of this talent? Lin Yan says, "Since President Tan has said so, then he'll accept your offer." Tan Ling gives Lin Yan a badge that signifies he is a member of the Enchanter Guild. The scene changes. Suhan and Lin Yan are walking out of the Enchanter Guild. Suhan gives Lin Yan the promised payment. She says, "I hope we can cooperate again in the future." Lin Yan is happy to receive the enchantment scrolls. He is about to train when Qian Qianxue suddenly stops him. "These enchantment scrolls aren't right." Lin Yan is shocked. "What? Did Suhan give me a fake enchantment scroll?" Qian Qianxue says as she looks at the enchantment scroll, "This Blood Sea enchantment is not a level 2 enchantment. It's a level 3 enchantment, but the one you have now is incomplete. If you only practice the incomplete version, then it will truly be a level 2 enchantment. But if you can complete it, then it will be a very powerful level 3 enchantment." Lin Yan stares at Qian Qianxue. "Can you complete it?" Qian Qianxue says confidently, "If I can't, then no one can." Finally, after a night of repairs, she completes the repairs by the second morning. Lin Yan sees that a level 3 enchantment is that complex. Fortunately, Qian Qianxue, during the repair process, has already set the starting points for Lin Yan. She explains it to Lin Yan. At this time, Ling Shuer's voice comes from outside, saying that their father wants him in the hall, as there's an important guest. Lin Yan goes to the meeting room and sees Elder Zhang. He goes up to him and asks how their negotiations are going. Elder Zhang doesn't hide anything. He says, "I'm here to ask what exactly you meant by cooperation." Lin Yan doesn't beat around the bush. He says, "I believe Elder Zhang is aware of the conflict between the Ling family and the Ling Yan clan and the Jin Yuan gang. I hope Elder Zhang will become a special elder of the Ling family. In return, I will continue to provide you with pills until I have completely healed you. The fact that Elder Zhang came means that Lin Yan's pills worked. But he asks Lin Yan again, are you sure you can completely heal my injury? Without leaving any root cause, Lin Yan's eyes show determination. I guarantee your injuries will be completely healed within half a year, without leaving any root cause. Elder Zhang doesn't refuse. He agrees. Lin Yan is very happy. At this point, four forces in Qingyang City are helping the Ling family. With the addition of a one-star martial grandmaster, no one in Qingyang City will dare to provoke the Ling family. A few days after Lin Yan helped Su Han win her bet, she finds Lin Yan again. She wants to go and fight for her earth fire. Lin Yan also knows about the earth fire. It is said that to refine high-level pills, one must have a spiritual fire on the earth fire ranking. Su Han wants to get the earth fire that appeared in the natural mountains 10 years ago. But that place is in a sealed region. The seal is extremely powerful and cannot be broken by anyone below a martial grandmaster. But people have discovered that every 3 years, the seal weakens for a short time. This is a good opportunity for ordinary people to go and explore. There was once a sect there. The earth fire was probably their treasure. It was sealed because the sect was destroyed. It reappeared 10 years ago. The earth fire is now ownerless. Whoever can claim it can become its master. The third weakening of the seal is in 10 days. Su Han came to ask if Lin Yan wanted to go and try to get it. Lin Yan naturally wants to go, but he has a question. Why does Su Han need the earth fire? Usually, only alchemists need them. At this time, Su Han unleashes her spiritual fire. Lin Yan is shocked. You are also an alchemist. Su Han replies calmly, what's so shocking? I'm a second-grade alchemist, 1 grade higher than you. She then gets up to leave. She tells Lin Yan that there are only 3 days for preparation, as the journey will take 7 days. After Su Han leaves, Lin Yan is confident that he will get the earth fire. At this time, Qian Qianxue pours cold water on Lin Yan. Do you think it's so easy to get an earth fire? With your current strength, even if the earth fire is placed in front of you, you won't be able to take it. Lin Yan is disappointed. Is our strength that different? Am I going to miss this opportunity? Qian Qianxue says that she can help Lin Yan. They can't miss this opportunity. She tells Lin Yan to prepare 2 types of pills. One is a fragrant pill to attract the earth fire and the other is a fire restraining pill. After capturing the earth fire, he will need to restrain it. Because the earth fire's energy is so powerful, trying to directly restrain it will backfire. So, they need to prepare the fire restraining pill beforehand. She has planned everything except one step. Lin Yan asks, what about the middle step? What do I need to do? Qian Qianxue sighs, I will take care of the middle step. Your strength is too lacking. Lin Yan thinks that if they succeed, they will have a very powerful advantage. So, he immediately goes to the Alchemist Guild. Lin Yan arrives at the Alchemist Guild. He follows Qian Qianxue's instructions and starts searching for the herbs. At this time, a familiar voice says, Lin Yan turns around and sees Lu Xian. After a brief chat, he finds out that Lu Xian is in charge of managing the herbs. She usually works at the spiritual artifact shop. She only comes here when it's her shift. She asks what kind of herbs Lin Yan needs. At this time, Qian Qianxue tells Lin Yan, the herbs you need are on the 4th floor. There is a wind seal there. You need this girl to take you. So Lin Yan says to Lu Xian, can you take me to the 4th floor? The herbs I need are probably there. Lu Xian is confused. The 4th floor is full of level 4 herbs. Why does a level 1 alchemist need such high-level herbs? Seeing Lu Xian's hesitation, Lin Yan uses his fake master excuse. My master needs them. Lu Xian takes Lin Yan to the 4th floor. When they arrive at the entrance of the 4th floor, there is a seal protecting it. Lu Xian uses her badge and places it on the door. The seal is broken and the door opens. After entering, Lin Yan looks around. It's indeed the Alchemist Guild's herb storage. Level 4 herbs are plentiful. Qian Qianxue tells Lin Yan, the second shelf on the left, 3rd cabinet. Lin Yan searches for the herbs. He gathers all the herbs he needs. Lu Xian is very caring to Lin Yan and gives him all the herbs. Back home, Lin Yan takes out all the herbs. Qian Qianxue immediately starts practicing. Lin Yan does not stop. He uses the last 3 days to cultivate and increase his strength as much as possible. 3 days pass quickly. Qian Qianxue has already refined the pills and placed them on the table. With the help of the formation, Lin Yan has reached the edge of a breakthrough. Everything is ready. Lin Yan is about to leave. Ling Shuer and Ling Peng are worried. Shuer also wants to go, but the journey is too dangerous. Saying goodbye to Shuer, Lin Yan arrives at the city lord's mansion to meet Su Han. Looking at the guards at the city lord's mansion, Lin Yan sighs. The city lord's mansion is indeed impressive. Even the guards are at least 2-star martial lords. At this time, the guards notice Lin Yan. Stop. Who are you? Lin Yan politely says, I'm Lin Yan, I'm here because Miss Su Han has invited me. The guard at the city lord's mansion hears that this person is called Lin Yan, and his attitude changes. Following Su Han's orders, they take Lin Yan directly inside. They stop outside a courtyard and say, young Master Ling, Miss is in this courtyard. I will not go in. You can go in yourself. They turn and leave. Lin Yan opens the door and walks inside. But he immediately senses that something is wrong, but he can't pinpoint what it is. At this time, Qian Qianxue reminds him, of course something is wrong. You are already in an enchantment. An enchantment. Lin Yan looks around, this is a trap. Why did Su Han place a trap in this courtyard? Lin Yan doesn't have time to think about it now. The most important thing is to break this trap. Lin Yan focuses and tries to find the location of the enchantment eye. Outside the enchantment, Dang Sheng asks Su Han, how long do you think Lin Yan will take to break the enchantment? Su Han, after having several encounters with Lin Yan, thinks that Lin Yan will be faster than Dang Sheng. Dang Sheng refuses to believe it, faster than me. It only took me 10 minutes to break the enchantment. Su Han remains unmoved. Lin Yan's speed and talent for enchantment are different from yours. I just feel that he will be faster than you. Dang Sheng is still very confident. Are you saying that his talent is higher than mine? Lin Yan surprises them by finding the enchantment eye in an instant. With one punch, the enchantment eye breaks. The trap disappears. Lin Yan asks Su Han, what's the meaning of this? Su Han laughs and replies, just a game. Dang Sheng also praises Lin Yan, you are amazing. You only took half the time I did. I'm truly impressed. The three of them then officially set off for the natural mountain range. After several days of travel, many people are also heading towards the natural mountain range. Lin Yan and his group arrive at a resting point and discover there are many people. Su Han says, let's rest here for the night, and we'll leave early tomorrow. But as soon as they stop, is danger approaching? Just as Lin Yan and the others sit down, a few people appear and attract everyone's attention. They are the famous young talents from Guangwu City. The leader is named Zhu Xian. He is a martial lord and an enchanter. He is well known among the young generation of Guangwu City. Behind him are his brothers, Zhu Jiang and Zhu Yuan. But according to Dang Sheng, these three brothers are more famous for their reputation than their strength. Dang Sheng whispers in Lin Yan's ear, these three brothers are notorious womanizers. Many young and beautiful women have been harmed by them. At this time, the Shu brothers also notice Su Han. They are immediately preparing to do something to Su Han. Zhu Xian calls Zhu Jiang and Zhu Yuan over and says to Su Han, little beauty, what are you doing all alone here? Su Han, expressionless, says coldly, if you don't want to die, you should leave now. Otherwise, you'll lose your lives today. The three brothers do not take her seriously. They still try to provoke Su Han, relying on their strength. The city lord's daughter cannot tolerate this. She gets up and throws a punch at Zhu Xian. Zhu Xian did not expect Su Han to have such a bad temper. He throws a punch to counter Su Han, but he is sent flying backward. Su Han stands in place, not moving. Zhu Xian, as Deng Sheng said, is shameless. He continues to provoke her. He even calls Zhu Jiang and Zhu Yuan to try to take Su Han to Guangwu City to be their servant. Lin Yan, on the side, feels like he has been ignored. He is not being taken seriously. This makes him very uncomfortable. Zhu Xian even calls Lin Yan trash. Lin Yan's face turns dark. Excuse me, but I'm not used to talking to people who are about to die. Zhu Xian is completely enraged. They start to fight. The 8-star martial lord Su Han fights against Zhu Xian. Deng Sheng and Lin Yan fight against the other two lackeys. Lin Yan attacks with the intent to kill. His aura already overwhelms his opponent. Although Lin Yan is only a 5-star martial lord, his aura is not to be trifled with. Lin Yan unleashes his soul power. He unleashes his giant spirit triangle, while Zhu Yuan unleashes his Loin spear. The two skills collide, creating a loud explosion. Lin Yan's sand flies everywhere. He releases his spiritual fire. He sends his dagger towards Zhu Yuan. It's heaven-shattering palm. The dagger is already in front of his eyes. Zhu Yuan quickly unleashes a defensive barrier. But it's useless. There's an explosion, and Zhu Yuan is sent flying. Zhu Xian sees his brother get hurt. He tries to help, but Su Han stops him. Lin Yan seizes the opportunity and unleashes star moon steps towards Zhu Yuan. Zhu Yuan unleashes his last bit of strength to defend. But against such powerful force, his soul power defense crumbles. Zhu Yuan is killed. Zhu Jiang sees that his brother is dead and shouts to Zhu Xian, "Big brother, we are not their match. Let's run." Su Han blocks their path. "None of you can leave." She unleashes the same earth-rank martial art red flame sand that she used to defeat Deng Shang. Zhu Xian quickly tells his brother to counter, but the difference in strength is too big. They are sent flying. Lin Yan quickly controls his dagger. In 2 swift moves, he kills both of them. The dagger flies back to Lin Yan's hand. Su Han looks at the 3 bodies on the ground and says scornfully, "You're nothing." After this battle, Lin Yan's strength is recognized. No one else comes to trouble them. After a few days, Deng Shang points ahead and says, "Look, we've arrived." Lin Yan is shocked at the seal in front of him. If it wasn't because of the natural mountain range, even a 9-star martial lord wouldn't be able to destroy it. This shows how valuable the earth fire is. At this time, Su Han notices Mu Li from Muin City also arrive. Lin Yan, who is not familiar with the various forces, asks, "Who are they?" Deng Shang explains, Mu Li is from the Mu family, the largest force in Muin City. He is also the strongest among the younger generation and is about to become a martial grandmaster. Su Han reminds Lin Yan, "You need to be careful of the Mu family. Their methods are not to be underestimated." Just as she finishes speaking, the seal begins to weaken. Everyone rushes in, trying to quickly find the earth fire. The deeper they go, the higher the temperature becomes. The heat is unbearable. Su Han says, "I came here once 3 years ago, and it wasn't this hot. I don't know what's going on." At this time, Qian Qianxue speaks in Lin Yan's mind. "It's probably because the earth fire has grown." Lin Yan is shocked. An earth fire can grow. What Lin Yan doesn't know is that the earth fire not only grows over time, but if it successfully evolves, it will turn from earth fire to sky fire, completing a qualitative leap. Hearing Qian Qianxue say this, Lin Yan is full of confidence. How can he not be happy at the chance to obtain sky fire? He asks Su Han, "Which way do we go?" Su Han thinks for a while and says, 3 years ago, my cultivation was still weak. I just took a glance and left. But according to my father, important items are usually placed either in the central area or the deepest part. But exploring this area is very dangerous. Many people have already died on the way. Lin Yan and his group arrive at a house surrounded by a seal. There are many people gathered outside. Lin Yan asks, "What is this place?" Lin Yan follows Su Han and finally enters the natural mountain range. As they go deeper, many people have died along the way. They arrive at a house surrounded by a seal. Lin Yan asks, "What is this place? Why is there a seal?" Qian Qianxue speaks in his mind, "There are many herbs inside, and possibly level 6 herbs. These are normally impossible to find." Lin Yan is excited. Level 6 herbs are worth more than anything else. He calls Su Han and Deng Shang over and walks towards the crowd. The crowd is working together to break the seal. Lin Yan wants to join and help, but Su Han, having been here before, has experience. She stops Lin Yan and reminds him, "Don't use all your strength. Save some for later." They join the crowd in breaking the seal. Soon, the seal cracks and breaks. Everyone rushes in. They quickly enter. Lin Yan takes Su Han and goes directly to the deepest part. In a blink of an eye, they find herbs in the deepest room. All of them are level 5. As they go deeper, Su Han discovers level 6 herbs. As expected, Qian Qianxue says. At this time, other treasure hunters also arrive. 3 of them, thinking they are strong, are about to put the herbs in their bags. But, does that mean they are stronger than the other scattered cultivators? The leader of the 3 scoffs at the scattered cultivators, saying that they are a bunch of nobodies, and prepares to teach them a lesson. At this time, a large, burly man calls out, "What are you afraid of? Well, fight them together." Are we afraid of losing? The 2 groups start fighting. Although Su Han is young, she acts like a leader. She stops Lin Yan again and says, "Let's not act yet. Let's see how strong they are." The 3 are indeed strong. The scattered cultivators are quickly defeated. Deng Shang is a bit startled. "I didn't see it before. These guys are actually quite strong." The 3 turn to look at Lin Yan and his group. "It's your turn." The 3, feeling confident, scold Lin Yan and Su Han, "Did you see what happened to them? If you don't want to die, quickly leave." Lin Yan looks at Su Han and Deng Shang. 1 each. The 3, feeling insulted, attack Lin Yan directly. He doesn't hold back. The attackers stop in place. One is surrounded by his soul power, and uses a martial art technique to attack with his sky-spanning net. The attack clashes with Lin Yan's giant spirit triangle. The difference in their levels affects Lin Yan. He is only a 5-star martial lord, and his opponent is an 8-star martial lord. The giant spirit triangle cannot block the sky-spanning net. Lin Yan quickly uses his soul power to keep defending. He then condenses it into Star Moonfall to attack back. But Lin Yan is not the only one who can use soul power. His opponent also uses soul power to create a shield to defend against the attack. The Star Moonfall explodes. Lin Yan thinks to himself, this person is indeed strong. He's much stronger than Xue Fei. It'll be hard to win using martial arts. So, Lin Yan's hand glows, and an enchantment appears. It slowly expands, and a light bird flies out. It's Lin Yan's white bird clear light enchantment. The scattered cultivators are shocked. Not only the scattered cultivators, but the lackeys are also shocked. They look at each other. They quickly run out the door. Lin Yan is surprised. How did they run away? Su Han, on the side, laughs, they ran away so fast. We can't catch them. Let them run. We're here for the herbs, not to kill people. Deng Shang asks the scattered cultivators, does anyone else want to try? After Lin Yan unleashes his white bird clear light enchantment, the lackeys run away. No one dares to fight them for the herbs. The three split the level 6 herbs. They put the level 5 herbs into their bags. The scattered cultivators look at them with envy. They go outside where the wind is blowing. Deng Shang turns his head and asks, where should we go next? Lin Yan points ahead and says, let's go forward. There should be more treasures in the central area, but the journey is dangerous. Several red, monkey-like beasts attack Lin Yan. They fly toward Lin Yan. Thankfully, Lin Yan reacts quickly and kills them. Lin Yan's skills make Su Han ashamed of herself, but Lin Yan is nervous. He feels like those beasts were being controlled by someone. Qian Qianxue speaks in Lin Yan's mind again, your senses are not bad. These beasts are being controlled by a more powerful beast. It's hiding in a palace deeper inside. Lin Yan is curious, what good things are in that palace? Qian Qianxue continues to explain, there are many spiritual objects, but the most valuable is the beast's core. If you can get that core, you will immediately advance to a 6-star martial lord. Hearing he can advance in rank, Lin Yan's eyes light up, but Qian Qianxue pours cold water on him again, that beast is a 1-star martial grandmaster. It's not that easy to kill. She gives Lin Yan an idea. Why not try to get others to fight it together? Once it is injured enough, you can use the Life-Death Coffin to kill it. Lin Yan is thoughtful. Coincidentally, Deng Shang says that the beast's leader is said to be in a palace ahead. Many people are rushing there. They all go to the palace. But there are 3 entrances in the palace, each leading to a different place. Qian Qianxue reminds him, go meters ahead to the small entrance. That's where the beast is hiding. Lin Yan and the others follow Qian Qianxue's instructions. They choose one of the entrances and go inside. Su Han and Deng Shang, of course, don't know about Qian Qianxue. Lin Yan is conveying her messages to them. The once wide path is filled with countless silken threads. All of this was created by the beast. They were created to lure humans, and they have many traps. Lin Yan tells everyone to be careful. They finally break through the threads and arrive at a large palace. In the middle of it, they see a huge monkey-like beast sitting. It becomes restless as more people enter. It's a giant beast with red fur. It is angrily beating its chest. It has a terrifying presence. Many people are scared and try to run away. Lin Yan knows that if they all leave, they will not be able to defeat the beast. He calls out to them, don't give up. There are countless spirit gems behind the stone door. Since we've come this far, it would be a pity to give up. Lin Yan is very good at swaying people. Hearing Lin Yan's words, people turn around to kill the beast for the spirit gems. Lin Yan's target is the beast's core. He whispers to Su Han and Deng Shang, don't use all your strength. If it doesn't work, well run. Everyone attacks the beast. But, after all, the beast has the strength of a 1-star martial grandmaster. Lin Yan and the others don't get any advantage. So Lin Yan calls out again, don't retreat. Let's take it down with all our strength. Lin Yan is the first to unleash his Star Moonfall. Everyone also unleashes their best moves. All sorts of skills attack the beast. Everyone's weapons are attacking the red giant. The beast's body is now covered in injuries. The pain makes the beast even angrier. With a roar, the surrounding area is flattened. Lin Yan also jumps back quickly and barely manages to dodge. Su Han asks worriedly, Lin Yan, are you alright? Lin Yan doesn't answer her directly. He just tells her that he will restrain the beast later, and that they should go to the stone door behind the beast to get the spirit gems. He leaps into the air and attacks the beast. Deng Shang shouts worriedly, are you crazy? You saw that so many people couldn't do anything. You're just going to die. But Lin Yan is already in front of the beast. He shouts, look here. The beast's eyes turn to Lin Yan. Lin Yan throws his dagger at the beast. The red giant is enraged. It punches at Lin Yan's dagger, creating a loud explosion. Then, the dagger is sent flying by the beast's fist. The beast jumps and slams its fists down at Lin Yan. Thankfully, Lin Yan dodges in time. The impact creates a huge pit in the ground. Lin Yan doesn't hesitate and turns and runs to the entrance, trying to lure the beast away. Lin Yan controls his dagger. He attacks the beast while running away. Finally, he sees the exit ahead. The beast follows closely behind. The beast slams its fists down. Lin Yan barely dodges. He unleashes his dagger again. But the beast is a Grandmaster-level beast. It was just being taunted by Lin Yan's dagger. It finally becomes enraged. Lin Yan says, "This is bad. My dagger." The beast becomes enraged and stops Lin Yan's dagger. Lin Yan shouts, "Damn it. That was worth." The beast grabs the dagger and squeezes it with all its might. The beast reveals an evil expression, crushing the dagger. Lin Yan sees his dagger being crushed into pieces and is instantly enraged. He unleashes his white bird clear light enchantment. The red beast still has an evil expression. It doesn't care about the light bird, until the bird burns its butt, making it roar again. The beast's defense is too powerful. The light bird is defeated. Lin Yan is shocked that the beast's defense is that high. Qian Qianxue tells him that he needs to go meters ahead before he can use their plan. So Lin Yan immediately runs, trying to create distance. He then unleashes the Sea of Blood. The blood-red sea attacks the beast. The blood sea wraps around the beast, controlling it for a moment. But after all, the beast is at the martial grandmaster level. It's not that easy to restrain, so Lin Yan quickly runs away. Sure enough, he hasn't run far before the beast breaks free. At this time, the distance is enough to use the Life-Death Coffin. Lin Yan stops and immediately unleashes the Life-Death Coffin. Following Qian Qianxue's instructions, he pours all the spirit chi and soul power into the coffin. This will leave Lin Yan's body severely injured. But this is the only way Lin Yan can deal with a beast of this level. At this time, the beast is just standing there. The beast releases its mouth cannon technique, forcefully inhaling the surrounding spirit chi. It then spews it out with a loud boom. The Life-Death Coffin opens, shining brightly. The two energies collide in midair. With Lin Yan's final strike, his attack collides with the beast's mouth cannon. For a moment, neither is stronger. But with the boost from the Life-Death Coffin, Lin Yan finally defeats the beast. Lin Yan immediately collapses, feeling like his whole body has been emptied. At this time, Qian Qianxue appears. "That's why I had you come to a deserted place. If you were in public, anyone could have easily taken you down." She takes out a pill for Lin Yan and has him take it to recover. Time passes slowly. By late evening, Lin Yan is finally able to move. He stretches his bones. He goes to the beast's corpse and takes out its core. Lin Yan looks at the core in his hand. It has extremely dense energy. Qian Qianxue says, "Start refining it now. The Life-Death Coffin will assist you." Lin Yan swallows the core and sits down to begin refining. As soon as it enters his body, he is overwhelmed with energy so strong it feels like he will explode. Qian Qianxue reminds him, "Never cultivate like this when you are not summoning the Life-Death Coffin, or it will kill you. The level you reach will depend on your skill." After a night of cultivation, the sun rises again. Lin Yan has already reached the level of a 6-star martial lord. All of the core's energy has been absorbed. Qian Qianxue tells him to stop. But Lin Yan feels like he is about to break through to a 7-star martial lord. He wants to absorb more of the surrounding spirit chi. Qian Qianxue sees Lin Yan's crazy cultivation and intense focus. She wants to see how far Lin Yan can go. Sure enough, through Lin Yan's crazy absorption and cultivation, he successfully breaks through to a 7-star martial lord. Strength is indeed something that can drive people crazy. But after more than a day, the result of raising his level by 2 stars is worth it. Lin Yan anxiously asks Qian Qianxue, "Can we start working on the earth fire now?" Qian Qianxue tells Lin Yan, "There's another good item deep in this area. After you get it, we will focus on the earth fire." Lin Yan is curious, "What is it? Is there another treasure here?" Qian Qianxue's next words make Lin Yan's heart ache. "Didn't your dagger get destroyed before? This time is a good opportunity, and it's a much higher grade dagger than before." The scene changes to the deepest area that Qian Qianxue spoke of. Several fire walls float in the air. They contain daggers of different grades. Some are even spirit-grade daggers. The value is probably in the tens of millions. At this time, other cultivators also arrive. They never thought there would be so many people trying to steal a dagger. But no one has dared to act yet. This is not only because of the fire sea, but because there are countless beasts hidden in the fire sea. These beasts are even stronger in the fire. To get a dagger, one not only has to defend against the fire but also against the beasts. Lin Yan looks to the side. Su Han and Deng Shang also arrive. They are discussing how to snatch a dagger. The one on the far left seems to be the highest grade. Deng Shang thinks many people will fight for it. They decide to avoid the chaos and go for a different dagger. As they are talking, Su Han gets worried about Lin Yan. She doesn't know how Lin Yan is doing. Deng Shang is confident in Lin Yan. He assures Su Han that Lin Yan is a very capable man and will be fine. At this time, Lin Yan arrives behind them. Deng, you're right. I'm fine. The two are overjoyed to see Lin Yan. Su Han gets closer and shows her worry. Lin Yan says shyly, I'm fine. I used the terrain to get away from it. I just ran a bit far, which is why I came back so late. Deng Shang takes out the daggers that they grabbed from the beast's palace. They are worth million spirit gems. He and Su Han each take million, and give the remaining million to Lin Yan. At this time, Su Han notices that the three lackeys from the Lan family are staring at them again. No one has dared to move towards the daggers in the fire sea yet. A burly man shouts first, are we just going to watch? Do you want those daggers or not? If no one moves, in taking one. As he finishes speaking, just as he is about to grab the dagger, a fire snake appears, with a gaping mouth, and heads straight for the man. The man swings his hands, splitting the fire snake in two. But, in the next moment, it miraculously merges. It wraps around the man and pins him down. A 7-star martial lord is instantly defeated. Deng Shang has another idea. He thinks the three should join forces to steal a lower-grade dagger and then split the value evenly. Su Han doesn't mind, but Lin Yan doesn't agree. He still wants to fight for that spirit-grade dagger. Deng Shang is surprised. Did you see what happened to the guy before? That difficulty is too high. If you want the best dagger, you'll be fighting against more experts. The success rate is too low. Lin Yan laughs and says that he still wants to try. Even if he doesn't get anything, he is willing to try. At this time, people trying to steal daggers begin to move. There are too many people. Many people are getting injured. The value of the daggers is indeed attractive. Su Han wants to persuade Lin Yan again. Let's not fight them. Let's just go steal a different one. But Lin Yan simply says, be careful yourselves. He then turns and goes to fight for the spirit-grade dagger. At this time, the three lackeys from the Lan family can't hold back anymore and attack Lin Yan. But someone suddenly jumps out of nowhere and attacks Lin Yan. Just as Lin Yan is about to fight for a dagger, someone jumps out and attacks him. Lin Yan immediately unleashes his soul power to create a barrier. The leader of the group is named Ma Jun. He scoffs, not bad, kid. Your soul power is quite strong. At this time, the three lackeys from the Lan family attack Lin Yan.